hopefully you are willing to share those new things that you learn, even if they are difficult to share, because I think those are the most impactful ones to share. So I'm gonna share something that happened yesterday. It was extremely difficult. So I am not a world-class swimmer by any stretch of the imagination. I'm a decent swimmer, just because of the time in the water, not a whole lot of time in the water. So one of the cool things about being in Hawaii, you really can't go a day without going on the beach or being exposed to the ocean. So we learning new things, learning to snorkel and get out here and understand the water conditions. So I really kind of got into snorkeling over the last probably couple of months. Got a full face mask, the GoPro camera, the whole nine, to go snorkeling. Got some good shots and stuff like that, having a good time. And I understand my circle of competence, so to speak. How good a swimmer I am, so I make sure I've made sure the last few months of doing this that I stay within reason for my level of competence around swimming and snorkeling. Yesterday I went out snorkeling. I got the full face mask, body glove thing, and it's done pretty well. It's pretty cool because it's a flotation device as well, right? So while you're looking down, you're breathing, you're comfortable, you're good, no issues. And so I'm going, and not really paying attention to how much energy I'm expending or how far I'm going. I'm just kind of going, seeing fish and turtles and all this other stuff, kind of, really not paying attention. Really, I think more than anything, kind of being arrogant a little bit. But anyway, so I'm go out, not realizing how far I've kind of gone out and how much energy I've expended, because I've been going out all day. I go out and I look up and I'm like, oh man, I'm further, than, really what I'm comfortable with, not panicking or anything like that. But so I bring my head up out of the water. And when I bring my head up out of the water, I don't know if my mask, shifted or something like that, but water, start coming, into my mask. So now I am tripping. I can't gauge the distance. If I will probably say maybe 150, 200 yards, to the shoreline. And mind you, I've been spending a lot of energy just swimming out. And it may not seem like a long way for experienced swimmers, but for me, not that experienced swimmer, that's a good little grip. So now water's coming into my mask, and now I turn around, and now I'm swimming, back to shore. And I am tired than a mug, man. I am exhausted. Water is like filling my mask, and I didn't think, at the time, that I have other resources available to me. And I'll go back into that, what I mean by that. But water's coming to my mask. I'm panicking, like, my kid's on the shore, Ty's on the shore, and I'm freaking swimming, trying to get there. You get a freaking cramp in my doggone thigh, all these things. And like at that moment, I'm just like, holy crap. Like if I stop swimming right now, I could die in this moment. But I make it back. Obviously, I make it back to the shoreline, and I'm good to go. And I'm exhausted. I go sit down, freaking tired. Kind of thinking about that whole incident. I've been thinking about that whole incident for the past few hours. In terms of this, I exceeded my circle of competence via arrogance, by going further than I knew that I was really comfortable with. In an effort to try to push the envelope, in an effort to try to go further and just, and really, I think, be arrogant. I think as a leader, it is important that you, and it just not just as a leader, but just as a person in general, that you are completely and utterly aware, acutely aware of your circle of competence. What do you know? What are the limits of your ability? Know your ability, be aware of your ability, and obviously try to increase that circle of competence, right? But ask for help when things exist outside of that, and stay within your circle of competence. Push to increase that boundary, push to increase that circle of competence, right? But not put yourself in an unsafe condition while you're trying to do it, right? Because that's what I did yesterday. I pushed in an effort to try to push my circle of competence. I put myself in an unsafe, condition. And the thing, and going back to what I alluded to earlier, I had numerous resources available to me. For example, I know how to float. I know how to, get on my back, get into a kind of a rescue, flotation position, and and get back to the shore if need be. I didn't do that. I didn't do that at all. I just panicked, kept the same stroke, even though it was less efficient, expending more, energy. I didn't do that. I didn't shift to a stroke that I knew was going to not even just the floating position, but there's another stroke that I could have utilized as well that was more efficient, that was more resourceful. But because I stepped too far out of my circle of competence, I was unaware of the resources that I had available to me, because now I'm in an uncomfortable place. I'm in an unknown place, and I'm caught out there, for lack of better words, right? So I didn't have all of my resources available to me, at that moment, because there was panic that that started to set in a little bit, so make sure that you are aware of your circle of competence, that you know what you know, and you are honest about what you don't know, and grow to make that, to make what you know greater, right? But existing outside of that circle of competence and acting as though you are competent in that place, can lead to a very, very dangerous situation, right? So, legitimately could have died yesterday, right? Because I decided to act outside of my circle of competence. So just this is a unplanned, kind of leadership hack, but I think it's a poignant one. A lesson that I learned in real time. It's one of those things that that you are absolutely sure staying inside your circle of competence, but acting and doing what is sometimes the hardest thing.